Nice cock.
It's been almost 2 months since the new PS tier system has launched, and despite my initial doomsday outlook, I must admit that Sony has done a pretty good job with it. Just pretty good, that's all you're gonna get out of me. Yes, the PS3 games are still streaming, and yes, there needs to be more PS classics, but it seems like they're working on it. So let's go back into the list of PS1 classics that got trophy support and pick another one out. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, anybody want to play some golf? Hot Shots Golf, or Everybody's Golf if you live anywhere else in the world that's not North America, dates back to 1997 and spawned a long-running series of games that seem like it's only recently concluded, with Clap Hanz deciding to tell this new Sony regime to screw themselves and do their own thing. However, Clap Hanz was not the first studio to touch this series, as that honor goes to Camelot. And if you are familiar with Nintendo, you know a crap ton about Camelot. They are famous for titles like Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, and the highly underrated Golden Sun. They cut their teeth with golf games here with this first entry of Hot Shots Golf before they would be replaced by the longtime shepherds of the series and went on to make Mario Golf. Personally, this is my first time playing this game, as I am way more familiar with Hot Shots Golf 2 and some of the later games. I'm going in blind into this game, and that's the great thing about having backwards compatibility, eh Jim? People get to enjoy the games of yesteryear, and I have no problems paying for them, especially if they have trophies. So let's get golfing, and I'm going to show you how to get the Pro Golfer Extraordinaire Platinum Trophy and add another PS Classic Plat to your collection. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum Trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. If you haven't checked out my video on Ape Escape, another PS Classic Plat that you can get, definitely check that out and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one, because you might just find your next Platinum Trophy. Similar to the Ape Escape trophy list, there are not too many trophies to grab, with this list giving out 17 trophies, not including the plat. There are a bunch of trophies for collecting all of the unlockable golfers, then there are some for the unlockable golf courses, and the rest are dedicated to sinking shots like a birdie, an eagle, albatross, and of course the coveted hole-in-one. All of these trophies can be unlocked at the same time as you go one-on-one against the other golfers. If Sony didn't give us the rewind feature for these PS classics, this Platinum Trophy would be more difficult to collect, as some of the golfers you tee up against play some peak performance Tiger Woods level games. But with the rewind feature, if you mess up a shot, you can just rewind and try it again. It sucks some of the challenge out of the Platinum run, but there is still a little bit left. There are some tough trophies to get even with the rewind, and I'll be giving you some ace strategies to help you deal with those. I'll be your caddy helping you out on the greens, but before we start, just note that I have more helpful guides in the description below to assist you. Once you stretch, get acclimatized, and familiarize yourself with how to play the game, your main objective is to defeat and unlock all the golfers in the game, where golfers will give you a trophy for beating them. On screen now are those said trophies, and there are 8 of them in total. The way you can face off and unlock these new golfers is by going into play mode, clicking on versus mode, and setting it to 2P or 2 players, and then clicking the controller button. When you first pick your character, you will have only 2 available to you, and that's Mary and Taku. Everyone else is shadowed out. But when you select the CPU's golfer, Yuki will be available to choose. So pick your golfer and Yuki as the CPU, and then you have to beat her out on the greens to unlock her. After you beat and unlock her, the next time you go to select a CPU, the next golfer, Sam, will be available to face. I don't know why, but when Sam does his victory animation, I get a Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong kind of vibe from him. Like I'm expecting a kind of noise. Or a Each match is an 18-hole battle where if you finish a round with a lower score than your opponent, you will get 1 point. Remember that in golf, a lower score means you are winning. If you both get the same score, like for example if you both shoot for par, it becomes a draw and no one gets a point for that round. So you're going to want to keep scoring better than your opponent in each round to beat them. If you collect enough wins, you'll eventually lock out your opponent from winning the game and the match will be over. So theoretically, the least amount of rounds you'll have to play per opponent is 10, where you can get 10 wins in a row or 9 wins and a draw to seal the deal. For the beginning bunch of opponents, I didn't really have to worry too much as I watched the AI sabotage themselves. Shots that landed in the bunker, drives that ricocheted off trees, lobs that had the ball swimming with the fishes, and putts so off the mark that even I could do better than that in real life. The game is essentially throwing you a bone here. When you get to the last 3 golfers, Daryl, Raul, and Iceman, the challenge had me mashing that rewind button like crazy. Iceman is a good name for this cool as a cucumber golfer cause this guy was clapping cheeks on the drives. This guy was turning par 5 greens into 2 to 3 shot affairs. Again, if there was no rewind feature, you would have to be exceptional at this game to go toe to toe with this final boss right here. But using the rewind feature, you make sure you stay ahead of Raul and Iceman or at least collect a draw. They will occasionally mess up some of their shots and that's when you can capitalize on their mistakes and pull out the win. Ultimately, when you defeat Iceman, you will collect the last Unlockable Golfer trophy and you will get almost half the trophies you need for the plat already. 4 of the other half of these trophies will come from unlocking these extra golf courses, in which here are the trophies on screen now. All 4 of these extra courses are unlocked just by playing the game and gaining XP points. When you hit the point threshold to level up, you'll unlock the stage to play on while you unlock the other golfers. Now, after I defeated Iceman, I only unlocked 2 of the 4. So I had to play extra matches to gain more XP and collect the remaining 2. It is a tad bit grindy to get these stages, but nowhere near as bad as some of the grinds we have endured here on Platinum Hunters. The inventory slot grind in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a good example of a terrible grind to have to do. This ain't that, and here are the XP point totals you need on screen now. After you finish unlocking all the characters, the easiest way to get the rest of the XP is to hop into tournament mode and just play on the last available course you have unlocked. The tournament for the Fujiyama Country Club didn't give me a lot of points for winning the tournament, but it helped me unlock the United Country Club course, and then I played a tournament on that course and it gave me a whopping 1000 XP points for winning it. That was more than enough to unlock the last course, and anything else they were going to give me. That was the perfect way to get the last of these course trophies, and then I could focus on the remaining trophies left in this platinum game of golf. We are getting very close to the end of our time spent on the greens, but make sure you hit the like button before you get back to your busy CEO lives. All of these likes are going to help me embarrass the YouTube algorithm on the driving range. We have 5 more trophies to cover in this rousing game of Platinum Golf, and they pertain to how well you score relative to par on any given course. We'll cover the first trophy, and then you will understand what I mean. Our first trophy is called Was It a Crow or a Raven? And you will obtain it by scoring a birdie. In golf, a birdie is when you finish a hole 1 point under par. For example, if the hole is a par 5, meaning you have 5 shots to complete it without getting a negative score, you have to go out there and do it in 4 shots instead. This is very common in golf if you're doing well on any given hole. You can get this score easily and it can be done on either a par 5, par 4, or par 3 hole. It starts to get a little more difficult from here with the next one. The trophy, hopefully it wasn't a bald eagle, is awarded to you if you can score an eagle. An eagle is like a birdie, except now 2 under par instead of 1. This means you can't get this on a par 3 course because 2 under par is a hole-in-one. Math hurts, I know. Yes, but stay with me. So you can only get an eagle on a par 4 or a par 5 course, and I think it's much easier to get it on a par 5 course. Choose a golfer who can hit the ball far like Daryl, Raul, or Iceman now that you have them unlocked. Then it will take 1 shot to get it across the course, another shot to get it on the green, and then 1 putt to get you the eagle and the trophy. Even more difficult than that is scoring an albatross for the I thought albatross were only in the ocean trophy. An albatross is now 3 under par, so you can only do this on a par 5 course and have to do this in 2 shots. 1 shot to get you across the course, and the other shot will have to be so accurate that you shoot it from the fairway onto the green and into the hole with the flagpole still in it. I don't think I have to tell you this, but this is tough even with the ability to rewind. This is tough for real life golfers. There are many factors to take into account here, like the wind direction, wind speed, your shot power, and even the terrain conditions you're shooting in. It can be done with luck, but you could be here a while. Well, I was getting frustrated, so I looked online to see how everyone else is faring with this, and I found it. Shout out to this clever person on screen. Now I have his name on the screen. This is the absolute best way to do this, and it makes this trophy almost comical. First, you will need to unlock all the courses, which we thankfully have covered the best way to do that already. Then you will need to go into training mode and choose course 6, which is a special unlockable course that's not one of the ones on the list of course trophies. Pick a power golfer again from the last 3 you unlock, like our buddy Daryl. Choose hole 15, which is a par 5 stage that looks like a U. Once you are on the course doing your first shot, aim for the trees and make sure you use a golf club with enough power to get you on the green. Just trust me on this. Because you are in training mode, you can select the wind direction and the wind speed. So you will need to point the wind direction towards the hole, and you will need to crank the wind speed to the max, which is 20. Then you'll need a maxed out full power shot, and as the meter is bouncing back, you will need to quickly press down on the D-pad to give your shot some backward spin. If you do this properly, this ball is soaring over these trees and landing in putting distance of the hole. Then it's just a matter of sinking the putt and doing this hole in 2 shots for the albatross. Remember to use the rewind feature if you mess up or forget a step. But this is the absolute easiest way to get this Albatross Trophy, and this was honestly genius for the person who came up with it. Okay, now for the big one. Time to get a hole-in-one on one of these regular courses for the Holy Smokes Trophy. This is the biggest and best feat that you can get in a game of golf. It's very rare to get this on a par 4 course, and it's nigh impossible to do this on a par 5. So the best place you can get this trophy is on a par 3 hole. This can be done while you're going after the unlockable golfers, or you can go into training mode and experiment with the wind speed and the wind direction to help you shoot the perfect shot that sinks it in one go. The flagpole can sometimes be your best friend if you hit it, but a lot of times it's going to be playing goalie, preventing the ball from going in. You little son of a bitch ball, why don't you just go home? That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Sorry about that. Anyways, keep rewinding if the ball doesn't go where you want it to go, and adjust your shot and the wind if you're doing this in training mode. Once you sink the hole in one, you will get the trophy. But that's not where we end this trophy guide. We're not done yet, as there is one more hole-in-one you have to sink for the last trophy of this platinum run. The trophy is called Nothing Can Stop Me, and it's awarded to you for sinking a hole-in-one on any of the mini golf courses. Who doesn't love mini golf? Camelot knows this and added a separate course just for your miniature enjoyment. All of these 18 stages are par 3 and it's pretty easy to get this hole-in-one as opposed to the life-size counterpart. Mini golf is all about trick shots where you bounce the ball off the walls or shoot the ball into a sloped spot that will take the ball into the hole. And since you are putting, you don't have to worry about landing the shots on the green first. Just experiment with angles to see if you can bank shot it into the hole, and of course the rewind feature is there if you need it. Once you sink this final putt, that's your last trophy, and we are done. We have now conquered the courses in Vegas, Hawaii, the UK, and even Fujiyama, Japan. You have also made some fierce rivals along the way, including Iceman, who takes himself way too seriously. I'm ultimately very happy this game got trophies to give us something to aim for. So if you have unlocked every golfer, unlocked every golf course, sunk every type of shot that you can do in golf, got the ball to go to its home, and collected all the trophies, congratulations! You will be awarded the Pro Golfer Extraordinaire Platinum Trophy for Hot Shots Golf, or Everybody's Golf, depending on your region. There, I covered my bases. Overall, I had a great time playing this game for the first time. Sure, it has a few trophies that are a bit tough to pull off, but it wasn't too difficult to plat thanks to the rewind feature. Despite the game being from 1997, it doesn't feel too clunky, and it's a solid game. This was Camelot's way of getting their feet wet before they ended up going on to make Mario Golf for the N64 and tons of other Mario games. Oh, and Golden Sun, can't forget about that. I really can't imagine how tough this would be if you played it legit without the rewind feature, but thankfully we don't have to experience it like that. If we play the later Clap Hanz made Hot Shots golf games, like the one on the PS Vita or Everybody's Golf on the PS4, we would probably get the real golfing platinum experience here, but not this re-released PS1 classic. Speaking of Clap Hanz, the studio makes its debut in the next game, Hot Shots Golf 2, which I have played and can't wait till it drops on the PSN store. It's excellent, it's got some great cameo appearances from some PlayStation-centric friends, and it's got my boy Mel. I hope it drops sooner rather than later, and that will be the next time we pull out the golf clubs and get back on the greens. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was your caddy for this golfing experience, and that's another PlayStation Classic down. Now, there hasn't been another one announced with trophies quite yet as of recording this video, so we're 2 out of 5. So let me know what other PlayStation Classic you want to see here on Platinum Hunters, and I'm gonna make some time to get it done. Hope all your trophy hunting expeditions go incredibly well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.